Alright everybody, so we're here for the showcase for Cell Max. Um, I've seen a lot of good things about this guy. He's definitely really strong for a yellow coin LR. I don't know exactly where I put him. I guess we'll see after this video, but yeah, they definitely did not hold back with this yellow coin LR, and I mean, seemingly, like, I would say this year, they really haven't been holding back with yellow coin LRs. So it's like, yellow coin LRs are no longer, because like they used to be kind of units where it's like, oh, every once in a while they'll be good, but then like a lot of them would be kind of me. But Cellmax definitely breaks that line for sure, because this is Dokkan Fest LR, or like, I feel like he could have been a really good Carnival LR, like just Carnival LR 200% to either Super Bosses or Artificial Life Form. Like he would have been really good. But this is gonna be a 55% showcase. Unfortunately, it's not exactly level 1 Lynx because I took him with into an, I think it was the Bardock event, right? The like soldier thing, because I was clearing some missions out and I figured I'd use him there. And yeah, I kind of didn't realize that that would link level him. So we have some link level 2s here, but I mean, we're probably not gonna get Berserker up unless we like get lucky. And I mean, these links, it's literally like 1% or 5%. I don't think we're gonna get Android Assault up because I'm mainly gonna run him on super bosses. But anyways, there's gonna be I think I'm gonna make this a rather longer video, just so I'm gonna show him off in a bunch of fights. I think we'll see. First fight we're probably gonna show him off in, just because I would like my sweet revenge on that stage, is the Beast Gohan fight. So let's go ahead and jump into that fight, and then I'll go ahead and start reading his details after we watch his intro and stuff like that. So we'll be right back. Yeah, I may have made a boo boo. Did I turn down the sound effects too low? Okay, yeah, I did. Yeah, I think what I was supposed to do is do this. Yeah, so I turned up the music too loud and the sound effects too low, so that's why there was no voice lines there, kind of. Anyways, I mean, his voice line is literally him screaming, so it's not that big of a deal. So, um, we're going in with this team right here. So let's go ahead and read what Selmax does. So first things first, I guess the greatest thing to say is both his super attack effects, he does not get defense. He only gets 50% attack on 12 key, then 18 key gets 50% attack, and then he greatly lowers attack and defense, which is good. So passive, he gets his intro at the starting turn if there's another artificial life form or super boss's ally on the team. And for the next 3 turns, he has an extra 100% attack and defense, he has guard, and he has an additional that has a high chance to be a super. He gets key 5 attack and defense 300% at the start of turn. He gets key 1 attack 20% per attack performed, up to 5 key and attack 100%. And then he gets another key and 20% defense per attack received. So you really want to put this on slot 1. He performs an additional that has a high chance to be a super, and then he gets an additional defense 250%, and then he reduces damage by 30 if all allies in the turn are either all artificial life form, all super bosses, or all movie bosses. So you really want to run like a full team of one of those categories. Yeah, because I think it's like the whole rotation has to be one of those, because I don't think, like, if there's a mix here, I don't think that part of his passive activates. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it works. Additional attack 250% and a 30% chance to crit if there's no superhero ally attacking in the same turn. Now this is kind of where he's a little bit hurt by that. I mean, like, I guess he's getting a lot of attacks, so maybe it's not that much hurting, but you can't run this guy with, like, let's say the Gammas. Although the Gammas, like, would share some links with him, like some Android links or something like that, he would lose, like, crit and a bunch of attack, which, I mean, like, if you don't care, I guess, about that, you could run him with him, but, you know. And then last but not least, he gets a guaranteed additional super within the same turn after he receives a super. So that is, you know, again, running him in slot 1, he gets supered. Well, you know, he just gave this man an extra additional super. But this is, like, kind of RNG based, because he has to basically be in slot 1 and get attacked before he attacks. Because if he gets supered after he attacks, then obviously that's kind of useless. Lastly, he has an active skill, which is absolutely stupid. It's an attack active skill that will do a lot of damage because, you know, he has so much attack in his passive. And then after that, he gets 990% defense, and then it's a taunt. So all the attacks will go towards him. And then the condition is from turn 4, if all allies are either artificial life form or super bosses, or from turn 6 if all allies are extreme class. So again, this is another reason why he's kind of hurt by being ran with, like, super type units. Like, I guess the Gammas would fulfill the artificial life forms part, but, you know, if you have, like, another unit, if let's just say, you know, you have him, Gammas, but then the third unit is not super bosses or artificial life forms, and let's say it's turn 6, you're not gonna be able to get the extreme class condition because Gammas are not extreme. Lastly, links are Android Assault, Infighter, Berserker, Big Bad Bosses, Nightmare, and Fierce Battle. And alright, that's pretty much it for this character, so let's go ahead and put him in slot 1. He here is not the greatest, but I think this is going to be a common occurrence with him at the start of fights because, you know, he needs to attack to build up ki, and then he also needs to get hit to build up ki. So right here we'll get hit, we'll get 2 ki right there. Alright, first attack 6.7. He can do 2 more. Yeah, he can do 2 more here because he would be able to do 4 more, but, you know, it's 55%, so I don't have any additionals in him. As for the build for this guy, I really don't know, honestly, because, like, he kind of just does everything really well to the point where I'm not really sure what you would want to put on him. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to pause real quick because, well, actually, let's do it while we're done. Okay, get out of my room. Yeah. Sorry, that was my cat. So yeah, I don't know what to put on him necessarily because, like, you know, dodge I would say is not necessary because he is a tank behemoth. He will tank everything, and then, like, the only bosses that could hurt him are, like, the final phases of these fights, but you just save the taunt for the final phases of these fights, and then you just win. So, like, there's that, and then what's it called? He already has 30% chance to crit from his passive if you have that, you know, no superhero ally condition, which I feel like you should always just not, like, just don't do it. Like, just don't put him, or if you're gonna have a superhero ally on the team with him, just put them on the other rotation so that way, Salmax will never, like, interact with them. So, yeah, so it's like crit is useless, I feel like, unless you just really want him to crit every time, because it's only 30% chance. If you want, like, higher crit, you could. Additionals I feel like are a bit useless. Well, I mean, no. Let me retract that phrase. Not additionals. It's dodge is what I meant to say. Dodge I feel like is a bit useless because, you know, he's a tank behemoth. He needs to get hit to reach that point where he defends, like, so good. And it's like once he does reach that point, like I said earlier, he will tank everything in the game except for, like, you know, fully built up Kid Buu, Gogeta Blue. This Beast Gohan, like, actually, like, even without the taunt, he can't really hurt this Cellmax, as he'll have type advantage. Like, this Beast Gohan's main problem is gonna be, like, he will stun Cellmax. So yeah, so it's like, I think, like, additionals and crits, maybe, are probably the way to go. Additional, just because, like, you know, might as well get that, like, extra super that you can get out of him, and then, you know, don't want to run you two together as a rotation. Oh yeah, you guys link up pretty good. You know, we would have big bad bosses up too, but I don't have them at link level 10. This is also important. Just keep in mind, a lot of this showcase, we're not going to have big bad bosses up. This is 25% attack and defense that we're missing out on here. So his defense is already up to 680. We only got hit like twice, 3 times. He still has like 3 more hits, I think, for his full defense. Like again, keep in mind he doesn't get any like this is all his defense. He does not get any more defense than this because he doesn't get defense on super attack effects, and he doesn't have any. At least I think the 250 defense from all allies, the all super bosses allies thing, that activates at the start of turn. So, yeah, I just keep that in mind. Okay, so what are we looking at here in terms of attack? 17 mil. Okay, that is a beam attack, so that kind of sucks, but this is not. 12 mil. Okay, he can do one more. We still have not gotten, yeah, we have not gotten super in slot 1, so he has not been able to get that guaranteed additional from being in slot 1. Okay, so yeah, so I think now his entire passive is built up, but we are also, on this next turn, we are going to lose the guard and the extra stats from his intro. So his stats are not going to go up that much because we just lost some stats. But like, probably on this turn, he has probably like around 1,000,000 something defense with guard and 30% damage reduction. And, you know, again, we don't have links like big bad bosses up, so that could be even higher. It could be like 1.2 mil. At 55%. 55%. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a very naughty character. But I mean, you know, again, it is cell max. Like they weren't gonna hold back with cell max. But another way you could also run this team, which I think when we jump into the next difficult fight, I think I'm gonna do Kid Buu after this. You could basically bring like the same thing as this team, but instead of bringing another Broly as your leader, you bring another Salmax. Like, although you are losing, you know, 50% of stats, because, you know, Salmax is not going to be at 200%, I think having another Salmax with another taunt, like, basically, like, running the team with 2 taunts is so good that it's worth, like, losing the extra stats for that. Like, it really is. So, because, like, on this fight, especially, you'll just have a Salmax on each rotation, and when you get to Beast Gohan, you just taunt him 2 turns in a row. And even though Salmax will get stunned by Beast Gohan when he super attacks him, Salmax's active skill is an attack. And he's gonna do a lot of damage on that. So it doesn't really matter that he will get he'll get stunned, because he's still gonna do his bit of damage, and then he's going to protect the entire rotation, which is, you know, that's already more than enough, I feel like, for a character to do all that. So it doesn't really matter if he gets stunned. Are we? I thought we would kill here, honestly, but we might not. I'm kind of scared about Goku Black at the end there. I don't know how many times he got hit. I don't think he's gotten hit at all. I mean, as long as Gohan doesn't super him, I think we'd be fine. Yeah, cause like Broly will be fine. Like we did get the extra support. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, we should be fine. Although this will juice up Gohan's normal, so I don't know. Let's just wait. Let's not say anything before we see it. There's no way you take 600k from the normal, right, bro? Right? Okay, double super, and that's good. And build up some defense. Okay, 71k. Okay. Maybe I underestimated you a little bit. All right, so yeah. So see, now we have the taunt. I am not going to use it though, because I want to save it for keep Frieza for the support because he has the super bosses 60% attack support, so that way when we use the Cell Max taunt, we'll have that up next turn. But probably not a good idea. Yeah, probably not. So let's just go to do this. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's not play any games. So yeah, defense is now. So this is him fully built up. He does not have his intro, I don't think, anymore, because it's only for the first 3 turns, and this would be his 3rd turn, so we do not have his intro anymore, so he lost 100% attack defense, he doesn't have guard anymore, and then he does not have one of his additionals, so unless Gohan supers him right away here, which I don't think Gohan can, because Gohan has like a fairly big cooldown in this phase. We will only be able to super twice here. So he'll have his additional of 50%, which is this one right here, and then that should be it. He has, again, 55%. I do not have any additional on him, but I kind of think that is like the way you want to go with him. So additionals and probably just a little bit more crit, just to give him that extra chance. Did I give Frieza enough orbs? Okay, yeah, I did. I was kind of scared there for a second. I was like, did I give him enough orbs to do this thing? Alright, this Gohan is like dragging on, bro. Like, I need you to get out of here. I'm not gonna play Broly's animations. Just go ahead and wrap this card up, because I just want to show off the taunt. And then we will go into a different, difficult fight. I don't even want to keep Broly chilling in Limo. No, I can't just put him in Salt 1. Is it possible that we die when we get out of this? Because, like, we're gonna go into this next turn. Obviously, we're gonna taunt with Cell Max, but then when we get to this turn, I'm not sure about Broly eating these Gohan Super. I mean, we will have support, and then we will have him linked with Broly himself, so we'll see. We'll have faith. Alright, so here we are, the most infamous, like, part of this event. Oh, hey, he locked. So, yeah, this is a perfect example of, like, alright, he locked, what's his name? Goku Black in slot 1. We would die. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, we are dead this turn. Because, you know, Goku Black can only get up to so high defense, and this Gohan Super's for like 2.6 mil. But we have this guy called Cell Max, which we're just gonna go ahead and completely negate Gohan's shenanigans. So let's go ahead and do that. So just like that, just did a massive damage, and then if you can kind of read his defense, like it's such a big number that the numbers get so small. So if you can't read that, that says 10,167,728 defense, and he has 30% damage reduction. So needless to say, no boss in the game right now can hurt him. So, again, he is most likely going to get stunned. I mean, if Gohan doesn't stun him this turn, we will just win, because Cell Max is going to annihilate him if he doesn't. But this way, we keep Goku Black protected. Yeah, see, yeah, we would have died if, we didn't have this taunt with this team. Like, this is like one of the situations where, like, dodge could be good for him, because if he would have dodged that super, we would, you know, again, we would win on this turn, because he would be able to super him for, like, so much. Oh, one thing I forgot. keep in mind Broly's domain is buffing everybody, or it was buffing Selmax specifically by a decent amount right there. Like he was getting buffed for yeah, I don't think we're living this. Like I could go Usher if I really wanted to. Should we just like no, we'll just let Broly handle it. Screw it. I was gonna say, should we like try to be funny and try to see if Frieza can dodge the super? Oh, he actually did not super right away. Okay. Oh well, I guess you're dead. I mean, cool thing, man. But yeah, keep in mind that Broly's domain is buffing Cellmax by 20%, I think, but it's like a 20% that's like an active skill buff, so it's actually way more than 20%. Yeah, because extreme class allies and enemies attack defense 10%. Additional attack and defense 10% if they are also an explosion of anger or movie bosses, which Cellmax is in movie bosses, which as far as he's not an explosion of anger, he's so angry the whole time. But yeah, so he's buffing him by 20%, so that's why his defense was so high. And then super class allies and enemies take 10% extra damage, which is probably why that active skill hit for so hard. So yeah, that's why it's like I feel like just bringing only one Broly, so that way you can get Broly's domain off, buff Cellmax, and then you just have two Cellmaxes go absolutely insane. And like this team, hopefully when the domain update comes out during Worldwide, I think is when they said that it should be coming out. If they let us pop like all these characters' domains at the same time without any restriction per se, then this team's only gonna get better, because if you can get like Merge Zamasu out, or Infinite Zamasu technically, that's a character that cannot take damage at all. And then you can pop Broly's domain, so you can get his buffs and, transform him. He's also an insane character. And then you have Cellmax just benefiting from, Broly's domain, or just being on the team. And then Goku Black also, like, the Dokkan Fest one, even though I'm not really, like, the biggest fan of him, if he can pop his domain without ruining it for other characters, then he's also really good when his domain, like, when he's transformed. Like, I really hope that is what the domain update is it's literally just like, oh hey, you can pop multiple characters' domains at the same time. Their buffs won't necessarily stack, but their buffs, like, you'll be able to transform them in whatever domain has the highest buff. That one will override all of them. So it's like, in this situation, I think Broly's domain or Physical Goku Black's domain, I think, would be the highest buffing one. Let me look at Goku Black's domain real quick. I mean, Goku Black's domain would be pretty much the same thing. It's just his is only for super bosses. Broly is Explosion of Anger and movie bosses, which I think... I guess, like, Goku Black would probably be better if you're running a full super bosses team, because that guarantees everybody gets that buff. Because, there's some units on super bosses, like, let's say, like, Kefla, I think. She's not on Explosion of Anger, and she's not on movie bosses, so she's not going to get anything from Broly's domain. But on Rose's domain, she would. And, STR Kefla is pretty nutty. So, let me go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Kid Buu fight now. And I'm going to do the thing I was talking about with, basically bringing a second Cellmax. And I think I'll just bring another 55% one if I could find one. If not, I'll just bring whatever one's the least dupe. So, I'm going and cut. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump in like this. Basically, we're going to bring the same team, but instead of bringing a second Broly, we're going to bring a second Cellmax. And we're just going to have a Cellmax on each rotation. And like I said, this is, I might as well get this since we messed it up earlier.
人が行えばこれ皆悪となり罪となるのだ。
Okay. So, we are not gonna, in this fight again, we are not going to be able to get, what's his name's, what do I want to do here? We'll do this. I mean, we'll be able to build up our defense right away, because there's, more than 5 attacks in that first slot. I want to keep all those orbs for Goku Black, because he's probably going to need them at the end. I still have not used this Goku Black enough to the point where I know how to, like, you know, manage him, per se. Like, I just don't know how to exactly gauge him, because I feel like, you know, he can be really good, but he can also get caught sometimes. Another thing, I guess, to bring about Cell Max is his attack buildup from his passive is per attack performed. So even if, like, you know, what just happened right there, he just did a bunch of normals, that's completely fine, because that still builds up the ki in the attack. It's not like, you know, a certain loser character from the past where, oh hey, if he does normals, we get nothing, and if he does supers, we actually get the buildup. I'm pretty sure everyone knows who I'm talking about when I'm saying that, but we will not talk about him anymore. He's of the past. But okay, so we gotta remember Kid Buu is going to super attack right here. I mean, I trust Frieza. This is his first turn. I have him with full dodge. I need to put that other dupe in him. I forgot to do that. I think I got one from summoning. So, like, I could float Broly here, and you know, I think Broly would eat it just as fine as well. But nah, we'll trust Frieza. He'll be alright. So yeah, his very first turn is not super impressive. Like, you know, again, for a 55% unit, I think it's fine. Like, these attack stats he's putting up turn 1. Because, you know, he is building up attack. So it's like, I know when he comes back on this next turn, he'll have way better attack. And then, you know, his defense will also be way better because he's building up defense as well. And then he's also just going to be really good for this Kid Buu fight because he greatly lowers attack and defense on 18 ki, and that's one thing with this Kid Buu that you really want to do is like kind of lower his attack a lot, and this Cell Max will do just that. And again, you can comfortably put him in slot 1 pretty much all the time during this fight, and you will not have to worry about a thing with him. So, I'm trying to think, maybe I'll do one last run after this against Gogeta Blue, but for that run, I might do an Artificial Life Forms team, just because, again, that's kind of where this, Cell Max thrives, yes, we get the dodge. He thrives in a full Super Bosses team or a full, Artificial Life Forms team. It's basically one of those two that he fully thrives in. Okay. Alright, so I really want to, hopefully, like, I want him to get super before he attacks, so that way we get that, additional. Friend is a little bit link leveled, but, you know, not too much. Sadly, I don't think we can get 7 orbs for them. Yeah. I mean, like, maybe if I hit this, but I kind of want Zamasu to get an 18 ki. Yeah, no, that wouldn't even. Let's just do this. It's fine. Yeah, as long as they get 24 ki, I think they'll be alright against this Kid Buu. Alright, super. Okay, cool. So this will activate a Cell Max additional. So now he can quad super on this turn. And then 134k, okay. Yeah, so I'm taking some damage. What was that, 19 mil? So yeah, he can quad super on this turn. And then if we had additionals on him, we'd be able to super 5 times. And okay, I kind of forgot Kid Buu does this low key. Okay, so I mean, hey, that's what we're here to see. Oh, the friend. Okay, yeah, the friend seemingly he might have some equips on him, because that was the hidden potential super right there. So we did get 5 supers right there. Okay, I mean, hey, we're getting to see that, you know, what, like, he is good for this fight, but I kind of forgot about Kid Buu nullifying melee attacks, and that is what this Cell Max's 12 key is. So the only way you'll so Cell Max is going to get his attack debuff on his 18 key, but all those extra additionals he's going to get are going to hurt you, more than likely. Do I want to use this now? No, because we still have his guard. Yeah, we still have his guard and stuff on this turn, so there's not really a need for us to use that right now. We want to save that when his guard runs out, and then, you know, we need the extra defensive utility. Wait, he wasn't even fully built up defensively? He was at almost 900k defense? Bro, he has guard and damage reduction. Okay, Kid Buu got built up quite a bit, so yeah. 220, 225. Now that is like a decent amount of damage to take, but I genuinely can't really tell you how much Kid Buu's, like, because, you know, we attacked him, like, we did debuff him last turn, but we attacked him so much that I think the debuff was kind of pointless. So I can't really tell you what his attack stat was right there, but he is built up quite a bit. So, like, I want to say that might have been around like a 3 million super, if I had to guess, because, like, for us to take 225k from take 225k from a super when we had like a million defense plus guard plus 30% damage reduction, like, it had to have been like 3 million or more. Okay, so Broly can't really do damage. These two can't really do damage. Ooh, Infinite Zamasu. That is, like, intriguing and interesting, but I don't think that's a good idea. So let's go ahead and just toss the... We'll go ahead and just turn off the animations. Let's go ahead and toss the taunt. Because on this turn we did lose the guard and damage reduction, so I think Cell Max would die to a super attack on this turn. And then, you know, obviously also Frieza and Goku Black, or not Goku Black, Murd Zamasu here would also die to attacks as well. Let's try to set up some orbs for what are they called? Broly, Chilai, and Lemo. I don't need super with you. I'll be okay. Alright, so... Okay, yeah, so Kid Buu does seem to super right away every single time. Which is, you know, it's good to activate the additional for the Cell Max, but keep in mind that, you know, on this fight specifically, that extra super is kind of just hurting us, because we're just, you know, we're not doing any damage, and we're just buffing Kid Buu. Like, the only damage we're doing is right there, but now it's like, we're gonna buff Kid Buu. Yeah, we're gonna buff him twice. So it's like, we kind of, our debuff on our 18 key didn't really do much, because we just buffed Kid Buu right back. Okay, so maybe Cell Max is not the best unit for this fight. Like, he's good. I would definitely say he's good. Like, obviously, he's good. Like, he's able to eat attacks like nothing. But considering how much he buffs Kid Buu, because, you know, he supers so much, and it is all what's it called, unarmed super attacks, he's buffing Kid Buu way too much for this to be worth it. So what do we want to do here? I don't think Broly can live. I think what I might do is I might do this. And then we'll pop the... Because what we want to try to do, honestly, at this point is we need to try to kill Kid Buu, because at some point here we're going to run out of, you know, taunts. Oh, that's not an 18 key. That's not 24 key. Oh. Does he get more key with him? No, he gets less. Should I just do this? Yeah, screw it, let's do this. We get some attack support from that anyways. Then Broly, we can give you... I'll give you these, and then we'll give the Orbs to him. Yeah, because at some point here, we are going to run out of, like, you know, our get out of jail free cards with, you know, Selmax's taunt and all that stuff. And Kid Buu is just going to keep healing. So we really do need to just try to push out as much damage as we can and just get him out of here as soon as possible. Yeah, because this is going to get taunt. No, okay, so, like, I don't get it. It's like, a lot of attacks start with that type of animation where it's like they punch first and then, you know, Kid Buu negates it, but it's like that attack right there, just because Chilai shoots a blaster beam at the end, that doesn't count as arm. Like, it's just like, what is, like, I just wonder what the logic is behind these, like, what is the logic they use to determine what's an unarmed and what's another, like, super attack. Like, I don't get it. Like, or it's like, wouldn't that also count as a weapon super attack? Like, she uses a weapon to shoot a blaster beam, like, so it's like, I don't know, it's like some 5 a.m. shower thoughts type thing. Like, what is the logic that they use really to determine these units as super attack types? Okay, yeah, so Broly's coming through. This is definitely the damage that we needed to squeeze out, because Kid Buu was eventually going to catch us if we did not do that. Like, I think on this next turn, we probably would have gotten caught. Like, I think Goku Black could maybe eat it if we get lucky with his orbs, but I don't think any other unit could have eaten this kid, because this Kid Buu is fully built up, I think, at this point. So, he would have definitely, like, destroyed us next turn with any other character, but we still won. I think for this fight specifically, though, it's probably better to just run double Broly, I think, because Cellmax kind of just buffs Kid Buu a lot to the point where it's not really worth it. But I definitely think for, like, the Beast Gohan fight and probably every other, like, hard fight, really, like, this is the way to go. Like, you can't really lose with this team. Like, I think, like, you can change out some of these units. Obviously, I don't have physical Goku Black, the Rose one. He's a good option here you can run. It's just, you know, you won't be able to get his domain up, really. But, like, you can't really lose with two of these guys. Because this guy is kind of just like, do I dare say, like, this guy is just a villain Beast Gohan. Like, he fulfills the same purpose. And, I guess, like, the only difference is Beast Gohan's not really restricted that much to a certain team, while this guy is basically restricted to 2 teams mainly. But, like, they fulfill the same purpose, and they both have the absolute stupid ability of the taunt. Like, you know, and it's like, they taunt while also having gargantuan defense, so it's like nothing in the game can hurt them while they are taunting. Okay, how long is this video? Damn, this video's already 40 minutes. Okay, maybe I'll just end it here, and then I'll save I'll show off the artificial life forms team with this guy when I get him, because I'm gonna go get him link level 10. I'm gonna put my dupe that I have in him, and then once I get that done, I'll make a second video, and then we'll show off, like, how he is in the artificial life forms team, because this video was mainly Super Boss's team. I was hoping the entire video would be 40 minutes with all the runs, which I probably could have done if I didn't yap so much or talk about super attack determinations. But, I mean, that's just kind of how I am. I just yap, and then I look at the bottom right of my monitor, and I'm like, oh, hey, it's almost been an hour. It's probably time to wrap it up. I don't know how many people are even watching up until this point, but yeah, man, let me know what you guys think of the Cellmax. He's definitely spicy yellow coin LR. Like it's so weird to say that this is a yellow coin LR because the power that this guy possesses definitely feels like Dokkan Fest LR level or Carnival LR level for sure, for sure. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.